What's up, everybody? This is Shanti Moves. I'm Larissa Shanti, and on this channel, we breathe, move, play, and connect. Today, we are keeping it pretty foundational. We're going to be going over Sun Salutation B, also known as Surya Namaskara B in Sanskrit. This is probably the most challenging of all of the sun salutations, not only because it has the most poses, but also because it has the most challenging poses. So I'll start off nice and slow, going more into the alignment of each pose, and then gradually moving on to a more dynamic practice. And if that sounds good, come join me on the mat. So traditionally, we start our sun sals at the top of our mat in mountain pose. But today, I'm going to start low to the mat so we can get our wrists warmed up a little bit and our spine warmed up a little bit before heading into the full-on sun salutation. So if you want to come join me on tabletop, hands are underneath shoulders, knees are underneath hips at about hip width distance. Maybe just give your mat a little claw with your fingertips, pressing your root knuckles down. And then as you're ready, on your inhale, drop the belly, open up the heart, lift the head. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone, round through the spine, let the head drop last. Do a couple more of those now at your own pace. Just tuning in with your breath and moving with that today. And gently meet me back in a tabletop. Shift your knees back just a little bit. I'm going to start to do some hip circles. So going over one direction, then coming forward, over to the other side, and then back around. So nice big circles. And then make sure to add the wrists in here too. So you're taking your shoulders over the fingertips as you come back. And then forward. Going one direction for a few, and then head it in the other direction for a few. Again, bringing those shoulders over the fingertips on the way forward, and then coming back. And then come back to tabletop. You can shift the knees forward again. Maybe sit onto the heels, lace the hands together, and then just rock them back and forth. Just warming up our wrists because we're going to be on them a lot today. And all right, once you're ready, come back to your tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, first downward dog. Bend the knees a little bit, warming up the legs. Maybe a little yes, no with the neck and head, getting into our neck and shoulders. Then when you're ready, start to bend your knees, lift your heels, look forward at the top of the mat, and then start to walk your way up. Inhale to a halfway lift, long spine, and then exhale to fold. Bend your knees, roll the spine up, keeping chin to the chest till that last moment, and then the head stacks last. Pick those shoulder heads up, back, and down, palms facing forward. Mountain pose. So feet are about hip width distance. And then stacking your hips over your heels, heart over your hips, head over your heart. Mountain pose. So I'm going to do hip width apart today. Traditionally, some do balls of the feet together, heels slightly apart. But I'm going for hip width. You choose which one you'd like to do and go with that. And from this mountain pose, we're going to take an inhale. As we inhale, you drop the hips back like you're about to sit into a chair, bend your knees, sweep the hands forward, finding your chair pose. Now, most of the weight should be in your heels, so shift the weight back if you can. Try to pick all 10 toes off the mat, then set them down. And then keep sinking, lifting the heart as best you can, reaching through the fingertips, Taking a nice big inhale. And then on your exhale, fold forward, lengthen through your legs. On the inhale, hands come to the shins, lift through the heart. Reach the crown of the head away from the hips, getting a long spine. And then as you exhale, hands come to the mat. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Step back with one leg, then the other, finding our plank pose. Always option to drop the knees for our half plank. Pressing the mat away from you, drawing the lower ribs and belly button up. And then reaching the heels to the back end of the mat, crown of the head reaches forward. Take a nice big inhale. And then exhale, lower the knees down, bend your elbows, scrape them against the ribs, lowering the heart. Untuck your toes, press through the tops of your feet. Inhale, press your pubic bone down, lift the heart up, baby cobra. And then exhale, come back down. Tuck your toes, press yourself back to a downward dog. Now in our downward dog, grip your mat with your fingertips, press your root knuckles down, press the mat away from you so you're reaching long through the arms, wrapping your triceps down towards the earth, biceps up towards the sky, pressing your hips back as your sit bones turn up to face the sky. Reaching down through the heels, doesn't matter if they touch, knees can be as bent as they need to here. Take a nice big inhale, and then exhale. Start to bring your right leg forward, bringing it in between the hands. If it doesn't get there all the way, you can always use one hand, bring it the rest of the way. Then from here, you're gonna drop your back heel down. Yeah, so left heel drops down, and I say toes pointing towards the top left corner of your mat. So feet are about, or back foot is about 45 degrees. There's still a nice bend in this front leg. Then you're gonna inhale, pressing through this front foot, coming up into your warrior one, hands up over the head. Now in your warrior one, if this feels too hard to keep that heel down, you can always come more into crescent pose. So crescent pose, the hips are squaring towards the front of your mat. Back heel is lifted, hands up over the head. But in warrior one, back heel is down, pressing through the pinky toe side of the back foot, and then front knee is bent, knee is going in line with the toes, and you're pressing through the ball of the front foot. And then your left hip is going in the direction of the front of your mat. A lot of teachers say square the hips, but just going to your own degree. Doesn't matter to square the hips or not, especially if you're trying to square the hips and you feel strain in your back knee, forget about the hips, yeah? Doesn't matter that much. Take the hands up overhead. Get tall through the side body. Engage through the arms. Energy through the fingertips. Inhale. And then exhale as you take the hands down. And then you're gonna step back to your plank rather. And then on your exhale, you can lower the knees or lower all the way down onto the belly. Untuck the toes. Then press down through the pubic bone, peel the heart up, baby cobra. Exhale, coming back down as you tuck your toes. Press yourself back to a downward dog. On your next inhale, bring the left leg forward. Drop the right heel down, right toes pointing towards the right corner of the mat. Press down through the front foot as you inhale, rising all the way up. Again, taking a moment to get stable. You can always heel toe that foot out to the side, creating a wider stance, and you can always hop forward a little bit with that back foot to find more stability. Pressing down through the pinky toe edge, unless of course you can't get the heel down, then come into your crescent pose. Start to press that right hip forward, but again, just going to your own degree. Doesn't have to be square. In fact, very little people can actually square their hips to the front of the mat. Hands up overhead, reach through the fingers, long through the body. Breathing in and breathing out. Another inhale. And then exhale, take the hands down, step back to a plank. And now, this time, you can go all the way down to the belly, or maybe shift the weight forward so you're pressing with your toes. Shoulder heads come over the fingertips. Bend the elbows, come down to your chaturanga. Flip the toes, then press up to your up dog. So up dog, legs are lifted off the mat. You're pressing through the tops of your feet. Your glutes are slightly engaged, but you're not like super clenching. And then your heart is open, taking your deep breath. Now, normally you don't spend this much time here, but just for demonstration purposes, then come back to your downward dog. So those are your options. So you can always go down using your knees, coming onto your belly, and then going into your up dog or your cobra. Always an option. Good. Now take a nice big inhale. And then exhale, let it go. Next, inhale, start to lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. On the exhale, travel to the top of the mat. As you inhale, hands to the shins, lift through the heart. And then as you exhale, fold. Now, start to bend your knees, sink your hips, take your hands behind you. On your inhale, sweep the arms up, lift the heart, but keep the hips sinking, knees bent, coming into a chair pose. Holding it here. Again, shifting the weight into your heels, trying to sink the hips as best as you can. And then kind of draw your belly button up into the lower ribs, engaging the core a bit here. Lifting through the heart, and then hands wherever they can go. Some people's hands are gonna be here, some people here, or maybe all the way up here, yeah? But mainly focusing on the legs. Good. Inhale, rise tall. And then exhale, hands come down through heart center. And then mountain pose. Whew, that was one round. So just take a moment here, breathing in and breathing out. As you inhale, find length through the body. And as you exhale, ground down through your feet. Here we go, round two. Take an inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips, sweep the hands up, keep sinking the hips, keep lifting the heart. But again, hands can be wherever. Sometimes taking the hands a little bit wider can feel good. Breathing in and breathing out. Hug your thighs together like you have a block in between your thighs. So you're really activating those legs muscles. And on the exhale, fold forward, lengthen through the legs. On the inhale, hands to the shins, lift through the heart for a long spine. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back with one leg, then the other, find your plank. Maybe your plank is knees down. Either way, take an inhale, come down onto your belly or chaturanga. Then as you inhale, come up to your up dog or your cobra. And then as you exhale, we all meet in a down dog. And you're always welcome to just go with your breath, go with your pace, yeah? And take an inhale, and then as you exhale, your right leg comes up in between the hands. Again, you can take a few hops, you can use that hand to get it there. Drop the back heel down, turn the toes out. Inhale, press up through that front foot, hands rise. Strong through that back leg, so press through the pinky toe edge, press through the ball of the front foot. Then you're reaching long and tall through the arms. Again, you can do wide if that feels better for your shoulders. Exhale, take the hands down, step back to a plank. And then your vinyasa here. So exhaling down to the belly or chaturanga. Inhaling to your up dog or your cobra. And then exhaling, making your way to a down dog. Take a nice big inhale. Then as you exhale, bring that left foot up in between the hands, taking your time to get it underneath the body. Drop the back heel down, press through the front foot, rise up, warrior one. Take the hands overhead, pressing through the back edge of the back foot, heel pressing down, ball of the front foot. Always feel free to walk it wider with the front leg or hop it forward with the back leg to shorten the stance and just create more stability. Inhale, get long. And then exhale, take the hands down, step back to a plank, move through your vinyasa, exhaling down to the belly or chaturanga, inhaling to your up dog or cobra, exhaling, down dog. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Next, inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Step, hop, however you want to get to the top. Then inhale, hands on the shins, lift through the heart, long spine. Exhale to fold. Start to bend your knees, sink your hips, take your hands behind you. Then inhale, sweep them up, keep those hips sinking, knees bent, heart open, arms lifting, but to their own degree. Breathing in and breathing out. Next, inhale, rise, hands up overhead. Exhaling, heart center, mountain pose, grounding down, rising up. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, last round. And on your inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, sweep the hands high. Hold it here for one. And then exhale, fold forward, lengthen through the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, hands onto the shins. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to your plank. Choose your vinyasa. So going to your belly or chaturanga, then you inhale to your up dog or your cobra, then you exhale and we meet in a down dog. Take an inhale, and then on your exhale, right leg comes forward in between the hands. Take your time to get it there. Drop the back heel down, spin the toes out. Inhale, press down or rise up. Hands up overhead, warrior one. Taking your time to get stable. Let's do another inhale. And then exhale, take the hands down. Come back to your plank. Move through your vinyasa. Exhaling down to the belly or chaturanga. Inhaling to your up dog or cobra. Exhaling, meeting in a down dog. Take an inhale, and then exhale, left leg comes forward. Take your time to get it underneath your chest. Drop the back heel down, turn the toes out. Inhale, press down through that front foot. Take the hands high, pressing through the back edge of the back foot, ball of the front foot. Inhale, reach through the fingers. Exhale, take the hands down. Step back to your plank. Another option here, if you feel like you're getting tired, drop your knees down and you can just do a cat-cow. So you can inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, round to a cat. Come back to your neutral spine and then lift it into a down dog. So it's all about finding your pace, what works for you. And you can take any option at any time. One time you can do the harder version, one time you can do the medium, one time you can do the easy, yeah? So it's just listening to your body and what it needs and keeping a consistent pace. Yeah, this practice is about cultivating energy, not about expending energy. Good. On your next inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. If you want for fun, you can try hopping. Little bunny hops to the top. And then inhale, hands to the shins, lift through the spine, long and tall. Good. Then exhale, fold forward. Start to bend your knees, sink your hips, take your hands behind you. Inhale, sweep them up, chair. Keep the hips sinking, heart lifting, weight is in the heels. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, rise tall. Exhale, hands through heart center. Mountain pose. Beautiful, we made it. Take an inhale, feel yourself getting tall like a tree. And then exhale, grounding down through the feet. One more, inhale, rising. Exhale, falling. Bringing the hands to the heart. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you feel like you'd like a rest, I highly recommend coming down into Shavasana, taking a few moments there. Or if you feel like you've built up some energy and you want to keep that energy moving, maybe just take a few moments in seated meditation or gratitude practice, whatever feels right to you today. Until next time.